Okay, good evening, everyone. I wanted to take a few minutes and talk about why I ride a motorcycle. Several people have told me that I did not seem like the motorcycle type, whatever that is. And every time the topic of my motorcycle comes up around my mother, she tells me I must be crazy to get on one. She tells me that she rode a motorcycle one time in her life with my father in a field. I sort of remember that. I think I was the only one in the family who was too little to go for a ride. I might have been 7 or 8 at the time, maybe less. So I've already said the word motorcycle 6 times now. I'm just going to say bike from now on. For me, riding is a bit like a mini vacation. I definitely consider it to be a type of therapy. I look forward to riding my bike. I look for excuses to take the bike. Days when I commute on 2 wheels, I get to work in a better mood than if I take my truck. And the ride home is something I look forward to all day, not just a chore waiting for me when I clock out. When I fire up my bike, it is loud. As I ride away, I have to focus on balance, steering, throttle, clutch, front brake, rear brake. I ride and I focus on riding a good line or staying in lane position 1, or some days just keeping it rubber side down and not dying. And there's no room in my brain for anything else. The volume on everything else gets turned way down and then completely off. My problems at work, at home, with friends or family, they all just fade away for a little while. They don't go away, of course. When I get home, hang up my helmet, they're there waiting for me. But I feel like getting a break from worry isn't just healthy, but essential. When I go back to thinking about one of the things that's troubling me, it feels smaller, less scary, and I feel more like I can find a solution. Sometimes I do. Sometimes it continues to weigh on me until I twist the throttle and take another little break. So riding is my therapy. And while I have you here, I want to talk about mental health for a second. There is a lot of stigma around mental health. Maybe not in all areas and segments of society, but certainly in the one I grew up in. Think about this for a minute. If there was something wrong with your bladder or your elbow hurt and didn't go away in a few days, or if the pain got to the point that it was unbearable, and probably before that point, you would go see a doctor, either at the emergency room or your primary care doc's office, and you would want them to figure out what was wrong and either fix it or tell you how to fix it. You might be prescribed drugs or physical therapy, or you might be sent to see a specialist who had more experience and education about that type of thing. You might even need surgery. And the vast majority of folks would say that you had done the right thing, except for maybe a few religious groups who don't believe in Western medicine. So why would it be any different if something was wrong with your mind? Not your brain, but your mind. I've seen a therapist who helped me get through some things and see things in my life better. And I know others who therapy has helped dramatically, even been a literal lifesaver. And I mean that in that it literally saved their life. For me, therapy was definitely not what I expected. I went in and expected to tell someone about all the horrible things others had done to me and how they had affected me negatively, and was looking to be told that it was awful and I was the victim and how I had every right to be angry. I went in looking for vindication for the way I felt. That's not what I got. I was taught methods for dealing with the emotions that were negatively affecting me and causing my actions not to lead toward my goals. Not for ignoring those feelings or bottling them up, but for processing them and making my emotions work for me. Ways to heal my hurt feelings. Therapy was not what I wanted it to be. It was what I needed it to be. And I was terrified of what people would think if they found out I was seeking therapy. But as I have talked about it, some of the manliest men I know, some real been there, done that kind of guys, have shared their therapy experiences with me and encouraged me to get the help I need, so that I can continue to be the husband, the father, the man that I want to be. So please, if your elbow hurts, see a doctor. But if your mind hurts, see someone about that too. And if someone you know is considering some real therapy, encourage them that that is the right thing to do. Thanks for your time.